Hi, well, welcome to my channel, and I am here in Florence. As you can see, I have the Duomo behind me, and I hope this isn't too loud. I'm right outside on my little patio of where I'm staying, and I've had a very fun day today. I walked around the Boboli Gardens and walked around Santo Spirito, the Piazza Santo Spirito, and just enjoyed this beautiful weather. Very happy to be here. And as I was walking around, I thought what a really good topic would be is to describe the different types of eating places that there are in Italy. And there's different names. And I know as time goes on, things start merging together. And it doesn't really matter, but it's kind of nice to know. So there are a few different restaurants. There's about, well, actually, I can't even name a number because honestly, there are so many different names that just pop up all the time. So I can't possibly tell you everything, but I can give you an idea of some few things. So, for example, a ristorante, a restaurant, is usually something that's a little more formal where you can sit down. There could be expensive and it could be not expensive. It could have a bigger menu and you could have different things that you can choose from, but it's someplace that's you can expect to sit down and have good service. That's a ristorante. And then there's a trattoria. And a trattoria is kind of like a restaurant, but it could be less formal. They could have pizza, they could not have pizza. Not every place has pizza, and the pizza can be very different depending on where you go. You can get the Napolitano pizza from Naples that they make all over Italy, or you can get the pizza that's thick with the focaccia bread. Anyway, a trattoria is less formal. It's you can sit down. You're going to have good service. In fact, today I ate at a trattoria and had a pizza and a glass of wine and really good bomboli desserts, like little tiny donuts that were stuffed with. I had four of them. Two were stuffed with cream and two were stuffed with chocolate. Oh, they were very good. And as I walked around, I, was trying to take notice of the different restaurants so that I could share those with you. So an Osteria is it's a more of a local place where they may or may not have a menu, or they could have new menus every day. And yesterday, I went to the Piazza Michelangelo, and as I walked down the hill, I think that's the Alternario region, I sat and had lunch in an osteria. And they served local fare. So I got these three little bread. One had the local beans. They have canali beans with some sauce, and that was delicious. Then they had one made with beef stomach, which I have to admit I didn't even try. And then they had one made with beef liver, which I did try, and it was okay. But that's the local fare. So when you go to an osteria, you can expect to get the regional delicacies. And I also had delicious ravioli with the ragu. So you can taste the regional delicacies of the region when you see an osteria. In fact, there's one kind of by the Piazza Signoria in Florence that is just so delicious, and it's a wonderful place to go. And I've been there 3 times over the years, and they've had phenomenal food, like really, really delicious. So, they're all really good. And then we have a taverna, which is like a tavern. It sounds familiar. And that's a place to go to have drinks. Oh, and speaking of drinks, cheers. I thought since it's evening time, I will salute you. So here's to the taverna. And you can expect to have, wine and cocktails and some snacks. You meet your friends there. You may or may not have food. It depends on what type of place. So whenever you go up to a restaurant, just check their menu to see if it sounds really good. The other thing that's super important to know is a restaurant. Well, it's a type of restaurant, and they call it a bar. And a bar sounds like it's a bar, but that would be the taverna. That's where you go to get coffee and pastries in the morning. And a lot of times you'd stand up and you would drink your coffee, and there are times when there are tables where you can sit, have your coffee and croissant or whatever pastry you choose, and that's really how the Italians have their breakfast. In a bar, you might be able to get wine and some potato chips or peanuts in the afternoon as you wind down your day before dinner. And usually dinner time for the Italians starts at 8 or later. In fact, tonight I'm meeting my friend who was my Italian teacher, Barbara. And if anyone wants to learn Italian, she's phenomenal, and she does Skype calls. Although I haven't studied in 2 years, which is, last 2 years have been kind of crazy, as you all know. But I'm going to meet her for dinner, and we have reservations at 8:30 tonight, and so I'm preparing myself for that. And yeah, so if you go to dinner early, you'll see that there's mostly non-Italians there. But it's all really good, and it's all really it's just really fun to explore and to find the different restaurants that suit your needs. Make sure you check the menu, because if you're expecting to have pizza somewhere like in an Osteria, the chances are you're not going to have that. So if you have an idea of what you want, that's how you can go and find your place to eat. And of course, another tip is try to go on the outskirts. I mean, I have found some good places in the middle of the piazza. In fact, sometimes just getting a coffee and a pastry while you're sitting looking at the Duomo is pretty darn nice. But some of those restaurants that off the side roads are really great. So I hope these tips have been helpful. This is going to be my last video coming from Italy, and I'm in Florence, like I said, and then I'm going to be going home pretty soon. And anyway, I hope this travel series has been interesting, and I hope to see you again in my next video. Take care and have a great day, and ciao for now.